If this message has found you, you are likely someone who has a huge heart and gives a lot for the joy of it, because it's just who you are. You're likely someone who could see the best in everybody, even when they're not at their best, or even when they're not treating you the best. You can still see the light within them. And it's likely difficult for you to let go of people because you love so deeply. And that's so beautiful and so wonderful. But there comes a time where you have to choose yourself, when you know it's the best decision, but maybe you don't want it to be the best decision because of love or hope. And I want you to know that you're not alone in the pain of letting go. And I've recently let the idea of something happening go. I've let some friends go as well. And it's not because they're bad people. It's because it just doesn't feel right anymore, and that's hard. It's hard to love deeply and walk away as well. But something is helping me heal. This idea keeps coming in my mind where it's like, okay, imagine if you were in like algebra class with these individuals, right? And you're all learning algebra. Some people have access to tutors. Some people have access to lots of time alone to study. Some people already know how they learn. Some people don't. So when it comes time to pass algebra, some people pass the test and some people don't. It doesn't make them bad. It doesn't make them dumb. It doesn't make them unable to pass in time, with more understanding, with more like resources and drive to pass, to learn. And you're not gonna stay in algebra when you already know what's up. You understand it. You're good. You're curious. You want something else. You're ready for something else. So even though it's like you want everyone to move on up to calculus? I don't remember what's next after algebra. Even though you want everyone to move on to calculus with you, what good would that do for them when they haven't mastered algebra? They wouldn't understand. They would be struggling. They wouldn't get it. They might be leaning on you even more for understanding, when it might be easier for you, and it might be more free for you to just be with a bunch of people who just passed algebra and are now just learning calculus. And there's so many levels, and it's not about like being better or being smarter. It's about being ready. What have you prepared for, and what are you ready to enter? And who is not prepared and who is not ready to enter. And it can be just as neutral as that. And I'm really grateful for that realization, because it's like I've burned some bridges. I thought sometimes there's a time in my life where I thought, you just kind of like, you burn the bridge and you move on. But you don't actually have to be in that way. Things can be neutral. You can just move on, and no one has to be the issue. Even though maybe someone was the issue, okay? But I'm just saying, you know, things are complex. If you're staying with somebody or staying friends with somebody who is causing issues in your life, you're also the issue because you're allowing it. So that's why it's like nobody's better, you know. But that doesn't make it easy. So if you're ready and you know you passed and you know some people around you don't get it, that's okay. It's okay to have prepared. It's okay to have done the work. It's okay to move on to the next level. And have faith that if they're going to move on to the next level, they will in their own time. And it's not up to you to pull them along. I heard also someone say, like, it's arrogant to think that you can fix somebody because you are now assuming that they're broken and need to be fixed. And I'm like, I got called out because I could see the best in people, and I want them to rise up to the occasion of their best self. Don't be dirty. But I do. But it's like people can only be ready for what they're ready for. People will only take action on what they're ready to take action for, just like you, because we're all the same. When we're ready, we're ready. When we're not, we have lessons to learn still. I don't know who needed this, but I hope somebody benefits from this. Yeah, because it's helpful. It's helpful to me. Anyways, I love you. Be well, take care, shine unapologetically, and detach with neutrality and love. Peace.